Bringing you up to date with the news across the country. Now, President William Ruto gazetted vacancies for the positions of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC chairperson, and 2 members from January 17th. Now, this is coming next year. Now, in a notice, the president notified that the current office holder's tenure will lapse in the next 3 months, having been in office for a 5-year term since 2017. Tonight, we take a look at what next for the IEBC chair. He walked into the IEBC offices in January 2017. 6 years later, after overseeing 2 general elections, Wafula Chebukati walks out as the chair of a commission that has been marred by divisions among commissioners. January 17th is the last day the embattled chair will be in office, and as his tenure comes to a close, the president sets the stage for the search for another chair and the 2 exiting commissioners. The notice reads, and I quote, "The tenure of the chairperson and 2 members of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission is set to lapse on January 17th, 2023, having been appointed on the 18th January 2017, with the Gazette notices 399 and 400 of 2017. The first schedule of the IEBC Act then requires the president to appoint a selection panel in charge of recruiting new commissioners at least 6 months before the lapse of the term of the chairperson or members of the commission.
We should have a panel to appoint the next commissioners. Now that panel should consist of 2 persons from 2 men and 2 women from the Public Service Commission. Then we need to have 1 person nominated by the LSK and 1 person by the Council of Churches. That means now that yesterday the Gazette notice was issued, the LSK needs within 7 days to nominate a person and forward the name to the Public Service Commission. Then the Council for the Church Council also need to appoint 2 persons and forward the names to the Public Service Commission. And then the Public Service Commission is supposed to now nominate the 2 men and 2 women and forward the names to the presidents. Then the president is supposed to nominate to appoint the 7-member committee within 14 days.
According to the IEBC Act, the office of the chairperson or member of the commission shall become vacant if the holder dies, resigns from office by notice in writing addressed to the president, or is removed from office. The commissioners to be recruited will join Vice Chairperson Juliana Cherera and Commissioners Irene Masit, Francis Wanderi, and Justus Nyangaya, who are facing ouster bids sponsored by President William Ruto supporters over their decision to disown the August 9th presidential election.
The commissioners' tenure of office is secured by law. So Parliament alone, with the current law as it is spelled out, they can't chase them out of office when they use that word. But probably what they can do is amend the law. You see, Parliament is they have the power to amend the law. So if they're able to amend the IEBC Act and probably provide for now a way out, or probably convince the commissioners to resign, that would be the only avenue. Otherwise, the law has already secured the tenure of the commission.
The fate of the 4 commissioners now lies with the National Assembly, and as Chebukati tenure comes to an end, what will he be remembered for?
Looking back at how he has conducted his work, historically since 2007, we've not had a commission chairman who has handled 2 successive elections. So that's one thing that really stands out about Chebukati, that he was firm enough to be able to handle the elections in 2017 and the elections in 2022. You might notice that at some time the politicians, sometime after the 2017 elections, some politicians tried to drive him out of office. So for me, he comes out as a chairman who has been firm, who has stood his ground basically, because that is a very politically heated kind of job or kind of seat, unlike many other seats or unlike many other commission chairmen that we see out there.
He is a chair that led a divided commission that saw the exit of Roslina Kombe, Margaret Mwachanya, Paul Kurgat and Koni Maina, who resigned, and later their replacements holding divergent opinions. Cherera, Nyang'aya, Wanderi and Masit disagreed with their boss, setting motion for a court battle on the legality of the 2022 presidential elections that was termed as opaque.
Other commissioners, the 4 remaining commissioners that we have, the vice chair and the 4 others, their tenure of office expires in 2027. That means 1 month after the election, that will be in September 2027. Now that means the new commissioners that come in will need to have, we have seen a very divided commission during the last presidential elections. And so we expect that we need to have a lot of harmony between now the existing members, like the 4 members and the 7 and the 3 that are coming on board. So I believe the first thing that they should do is just have a workshop or have a boarding kind of exercise that at least we don't expect to see what happened.
From the kind of tone that the president adopted when calling him a hero, you know, all that, I expect that he will land somewhere else. My view is Chebukati is somebody we are going to see in the public limelight for some time. Of course, unless he himself decides that I'm no longer interested in being in the public limelight. Perhaps the way Chief Justice Emeritus Maraga decided that I want to go home and take care of my grandchildren. But from the tone that the president adopted, I expect that he might land somewhere, perhaps some commission chairman somewhere else.
Chebukati also goes down in history as a commissioner that once led a bungled election in 2017. As he exits office, the chair of the poll body leaves a face and commission that will have to work hard to show a united front and have the people believe in its process. Brian Amuai, Look Up TV, Nairobi. Now, the